But Maz, so waiting on Maz and Kim. All right. So, hey, those of you, if you're joining us, you're either watching us live right now or you're watching us later right now. Right. But regardless, this is Stormfront Freaks Raw, episode 70. So Raw meaning you're this particular episode, if you're watching it, you're getting all the Raw stuff. This is the recording. You're going to get all our all our breaks, all the times we screw up and have to cut and redo it again. You're getting all that good stuff. So we will have, just so you know, if you would rather wait for the shorter edited video version, we do create a shorter version. We call it the broadcast edit. That's what we show on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV. And we also will put that up on YouTube a couple weeks later. Or feel free to listen to the audio edit, the audio podcast, which is the podcast that's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all the other favorite podcast apps. Otherwise, feel free to watch the rest of This Is Raw. And those of you that are watching live, also feel free to chat in on the chat room. We'll keep an eye on that tonight as well for the show. So we are waiting on right now. We're waiting on two of our co-hosts, Maz and Kim, are still in there.
There's Maz.
There's Maz popped in. So we're good there. And Cary, you found some headphones, correct? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, there's Kim.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How's
Cool.
everybody doing?
We're good.
We're
Awesome.
good. We're outstanding.
All right.
How was Christmas, Kim?
Oh, it was great. It was. Of course, we still have our Christmas decorations up, but
Well, they stay up all year, right?
well, we're actually gonna leave up 3 trees this year instead of 1, so just to help us out. But yeah,
3 out of how many?
24.
Yeah.
Kim's house is a winter wonderland.
It's ridiculous.
You got to charge people to.
I might do that. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
You don't need
All
to
right.
drive through like a Christmas lights place. You could just go to Kim's.
Absolutely. You're all welcome to come.
Wow.
Actually, absolutely. I'm going to change my Wi-Fi. Hang on a second here.
All right.
Something a little bit better.
And Cary and Nathan, I'm Dina. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Matt,
Officially.
say
Officially.
hi. Let's hear you talk a little bit.
Okay.
Hi. Let me hear
Hi.
you talk a little bit.
There you go. All right, you sound good. Wow, you sound good. You actually have lights now. I mean, your background,
Wow.
your environment is improving every episode.
We are unpacking the boxes.
Yes.
Did you move? Did you
Oh,
move?
I
we
didn't
did.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't
Oh,
been on it since
nice.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wife said, "Hey, let's upsize." I'm like, "Well, that doesn't make sense." But when Mama's happy, everybody's happy.
It's true.
You're smarter than I thought.
Oh, good. The door's closed. I'm like, okay.
I'm sorry, honey. I love you.
I did ask Maz if he unpacked his box of hooch yet, Dina.
Oh, really? That's you
Box
gotta.
of hooch.
When I moved, I had my box of hooch.
The Colonel Taylor has been opened.
Oh, it's back. So you brought that back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, you haven't finished it yet, which can be good or bad, I guess, depending.
No,
how
it
you
was
look
on the
at it.
rocks, and it was like, ooh, that is sipping, man. That is
Wow.
sipping.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this. Looks like we're good to go. Kim, did you change up your Wi-Fi? You were kind of cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I think hopefully it's better now. Does it sound better?
Yeah, I think you look good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You're an
All right.
HD.
I'm an
All right,
HD.
So just so you guys know, MJ is on, but he is a little bit under the weather. So he's doing all of our.
Hi,
everyone. There he is.
Hi.
So he doesn't want to show himself.
Looks like heck, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he is there. Yes. So he is there, but he will really not be participating. We don't have Brady. So Maz, Kim, and Dina, you guys got to run the show tonight.
Hey.
And we're in good hands.
With
so.
a whip.
All
Just
right.
get the whip noise.
I need to hold on. I need to do something myself here. Change to studio. Boy, we just did my sound check, MJ, and I didn't change to studio, so I don't know if that just changed.
You just
anything.
dropped quiet.
Did I really?
You did.
Okay, interesting. I wonder if Maybe I should be that way though. If this is why I've been cranking things up more, I don't know. I don't want to touch it, to be honest with you. I'm worried.
You're quiet.
It definitely got lower for me.
I guarantee you it. Yep.
Oh,
Not just
fudge.
me.
Fudge.
Just get closer.
Should I? Yeah. Should I? I'm already like eating the windscreen.
Oh, there it is.
Should I change the volume on my mic or the whole mix? Let me do my audio
Yeah, do
sound.
that.
See what that sounds like. We'll do the applause. Is that quiet
Sounds
too?
good.
It's a little quiet, but
Is it?
So turn up my mic a little bit. Test 1 2. Check. Test 1 2.
a little
Better?
bit more.
A little. God, you serious? All right, a little more. Ouch.
Okay, do like you're doing an intro.
All right. Hey, welcome to the most. That was really loud.
Yow.
Dang.
Well, I'll be fine. We'll leave it here. You
Okay.
can chat in the chat box. If I gotta change it, I'll try and keep an eye on that.
Okay.
All right. So everybody, I think their mic was used, so that's good. If mute your phone if you haven't yet. Just a reminder, mute your phones. What else we got? Mute if you have to mute your mic. I don't know if any of you, if it gets loud in the background, the dogs, the spouse, the kids, whatever. You can move your mouse, and you'll have a window at the top of your screen will pull up where you can mute your microphone, mute your video, any of that kind of stuff. If you have to, keep your mic close to you if you can. I think we're good there too. Any chance you guys get knocked off, you get disconnected, just use the same link. Jump right back in when you're ready. No big deal. All right, so I'll do the, as I explained, I'll do the open. We'll go through, we'll introduce what everyone's drinking. I will go to you, Nathan and Cary, as well, but that won't be your real introduction. And then, Kim, I'll turn it over to you. Do you have their intro ready?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, any questions on that?
Yep.
Okay. And you'll do the intro, and then we'll get into questions. And then somewhere 10 minutes into it, 10, 15 minutes into it, I'm going to jump in and take a break. When did I get glasses? I've had them for a while. I don't like wearing them on the show because they reflect.
Yeah.
But I'm at a point where, man, I'm having a hard time reading the script without them.
You must have just turned 40, right?
I'm kind of screwed. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. And so I'll take a break. We'll take a quick little break. We'll jump back in, finish the interview, and then at about 30 minutes into it total, 35 minutes into it, whatever, we'll do a lightning round, and then we'll take a second break. Okay? So nothing normal, but just, again, reminder, Cary and Nathan, for you guys.
Okay.
Any questions? Everybody ready to roll?
Ready to
Once
roll.
again, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New
Yeah.
Year.
This is Nathan and Cary, just so you guys know. So this is our, I think about everybody that, has their after work happy hour, right? And this is like our after work happy hour. Every other Thursday night, it's just over the internet. We drink and get together and talk weather, right?
No,
Nice.
but we do drink all the time, but we also do it.
It's just an excuse to drink.
That's right.
Just
Nice
not at
job,
work.
man.
Not at work.
No, of course not.
I gotta say this too. Kim and Dina, you guys have missed two of some of our most hilarious lightning rounds.
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
no.
You got to go back and see Rick Reichmuth,
It's
and
painful.
then we just had one with
I hated that I missed that.
Joe Moravsky, the Ninja Weatherman.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to check out those lightning rounds. I wish you would have
Okay.
been here. Maz is always like, "Are you doing this because the ladies aren't here?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing it." In fact, they would have been probably more involved than you and less involved than you are.
Oh, God.
Maz is hiding his face and
I was.
giggling at the same time.
Must have been
What?
something dirty.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was.
I'm sure it was.
It was kind of dirty.
Wait, hey, when he said, I have a lot of kids who follow me, it was like, oh, beads of sweat started
Oh,
forming. I'm like,
no.
oh no.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
But-
something about positions or something? I'm
No,
trying
that
to
was Rick
remember.
I don't know.
Reichmuth.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
we
was
played,
Rick,
We
okay.
played burger positions, and so
Okay.
I'd give a name, and it was either the
Wow.
name of a really famous burger somewhere in the U.S., or it was the name of a position in the Kama Sutra book.
Oh, God.
And it was amazing because it's like you really couldn't tell. And then the one we did with Joe was
Toys.
What was? Oh, toy. Yes, he
Oh my
remembers.
God.
It was,
Yeah.
we called it Toy or Obstacle, and it was either the name of an American Ninja Warrior obstacle or the name of an adult toy.
And he
And
didn't.
again-
He didn't tell us. He didn't tell us until right before. We're like,
Well, because I
Ah.
never think of this. I never think of this crap until like 2 hours before we go live, and I'm like, oh, let's just do this.
man.
The girls aren't here.
Brilliance
Exactly.
comes to me at odd hours of the day. I can't say that. All right, let's go ahead and get
Boy.
started. You guys ready?
Okay.
Ready.
Let's do this. All right, here we go. In 3, 2. Hey, everybody, welcome to the most entertaining weather podcast on your listening and viewing device. This is season 4.0 of the Stormfront Freaks podcast. Can you guys believe that? We've been doing this now
4.0?
for, this is our 4th year
Unbelievable.
Oh my
doing
God.
Wait,
this, which is crazy. But if
4 years and no raises. What is that about?
Yeah, sorry. Actually, you have gotten a raise. I've given you a 100% raise every year you guys have been here.
100% of nothing.
But I want to let you guys know, if you happen to be joining us for the first time, thank God and thank you. We love having you check us out. Want to make sure that you check out stormfrontfreaks.com, because if you like this show, check out the backlog of all the other shows we have with famous guests from the weather industry. We've had people on like Storm Chasers Reed Timmer, and the late Kelly Williamson has been with us. So those are some great shows to go check out. But this is episode 70. Tonight we're joined by the owner, Nathan Moore, and VP of production, Cary Meltzer. They're with SVL Media, which is a storm video broker. So great having you guys on tonight. We're also going to be playing the lightning round with them, which is what we always do. We're going to have a good time there. We've also got Weather Fools tonight and Weather's Believe It or Not. But I do want to share this with you guys. This is exciting. So season 4.0 comes with some new great announcements. We're also starting tonight. We have 2 new segments that will be on the show. One is Tornado Talk with Jen Naramore, which is tornado history of past tornadoes. Tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about Wichita Falls tornado. And then we also have what's called Tracker Chat. And this is Withing team that's going to be talking a little bit about chasing and ideas to help you get started, or if you are chasing, maybe some ideas you haven't thought of. So we're looking forward to those 2 segments as well. But before we get all to that, we do have to introduce our team and our co-host tonight. We always do that by finding out what everybody's drinking. It kind of lets you know we like to have fun. It's a laid-back nature of the show. So, Dina, welcome back. Happy New
Happy New Year.
What are you drinking?
I'm just drinking a beer, my Michelob Ultra. I'm kind of boring, but, I got to get up in a few hours, so I don't want to get too tanked.
You know, I am amazed, because that seems to be the go-to. That is the
It is a go-to, like, if I don't have my
for all the
hooch.
freaks,
Yeah.
except me.
Well, it's a little
I've seen Brady with that. I've seen Maz with that. I've
That's just
seen
because
MJ
it's
with that. And Kim, I think
barely
you
no
had that
calories
once,
to
didn't you?
it.
Not Mick
No.
Ultra.
You've never had the Mick Ultra.
Kim
okay.
wouldn't be caught dead drinking it.
Well, Kim,
No.
Kim
Sorry,
so
Dina.
happy New Year to you as well. What are you drinking?
Thank you. Okay, I am breaking the pattern here a little bit. I actually have, and it's not chocolate milk,
Uh-oh, you're
but
getting
it
crazy.
is. It's like a White Russian. It's
Nice.
it's actually chocolate mint Baileys with vodka.
Oh.
So
Mint
it's really
Baileys.
good.
Wow.
It's delicious.
And
What do you
Absolutely.
call it?
freshens your breath.
That's right.
So if you drink too much and puke, it'll
That's
still
right.
smell good.
It'll still smell good. I'll have to think of a name for that, Maz. Maybe you can come up with one. But I had this left over from the holidays, so I was like, okay, why don't I just drink some of this? So
All right, well,
that's what
Merry
I have.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Maz, how about you? What are you drinking tonight?
Okay, so my wife's like, "Hey, we got a bunch of margaritas in the fridge. Get rid of it." I'm like, "Okay." So I have a very large cup of margaritas in my
Ooh.
Huskers cup. Go
These are
Huskers!
all Huskers cup.
That's right. A lot of Nebraska people here
All
tonight.
right. Well, happy
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo to you. And we always tell our guests we don't have a real green room, but we have a digital green room, and you're always welcome to help yourself, which means you got to bring your own. It's BYOB at Stormfront Freaks. But I'm Nathan. I'll start with you. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, a beer, nothing too crazy, but Leinenkugel Summer Shandy.
Oh, it's my
winter
husband's
day.
favorite.
That's a
Yes.
good one.
I was looking for a marker to market winter shandy, but I couldn't find a black marker.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
All
good. Well,
right.
Carrie, what about you? What are you bringing tonight?
All right, so I'm going with a bottle of Johnny Walker White Walker. It's a
Ooh.
limited edition Game of Thrones bottle.
White
that my
rock.
roommates got me for my birthday. So I'm
Right.
actually opening it for the first time right now.
All right,
Oh
crack it
my
open.
goodness.
Wow.
Turns
This
your
might be a
eyes blue.
first.
This is this is a
Yeah.
special occasion, of course.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Are
All right.
you going on the rocks with that bad boy?
Neat.
Straight
We
out
go
of the
we go
bottle.
neat.
Oh,
He's just gonna put a
neat.
nipple on it, right?
Straight into the glass.
Wow,
Woo!
there we go.
All right.
Nice.
swirl
All
it,
right,
baby.
well, gentlemen,
Swirl it.
I'm going to do this. I want to give you a formal introduction, and I'm going to leave that to Kim to actually introduce you guys.
All right, happy to do it. All right, Nathan, let's talk about you first of all. Nathan Moore is the owner of Stormview Live and SVL Media. He also chases for KETV ABC out of Omaha and NTV out of Central Nebraska. Now, Nathan has been chasing for nearly 20 years. You don't look old enough for that. And is currently a double major student. I love this at the University of Nebraska in meteorology and GIS. Now, Cary Meltzer, he is the VP of production at SVL Media, an advanced sky-worn storm spotter, and FAA licensed private pilot. Dina, right up your alley here,
Yeah.
flying a plane before he was even old enough to drive a car.
Wow.
His obsession for
Nice.
storms has led him to realize his dream of becoming a full-time storm chaser. And you guys, I love this. And I think, what you guys are doing is awesome. I think the audience would love to know a little bit more about your company and how it came to be.
Well, we kind of just started with Stormview Live. It's been about 5 years now, and there's a lot of storm chasers out there. But one thing I've learned over the time is watching some of the older people that have been chasing for a long time. They doing the live streaming part of it, and that's kind of where Stormview Live came about. There was this. I always found that every time I was out there chasing, there was just people from different parts of the country and overseas that just really wanted to see what the tornadoes and the storms are all about. And so that's kind of what Stormview Live came about. It was just more of a focus towards we're going to storm chase. We're gonna help the National Weather Service. We're going to help the public, but we're also going to take it one step further. We're gonna bring this awesome weather to the public so they can watch whenever they want to watch.
When you say older, what are you talking older guys? What's what we're saying?
Well, I mean, there's been a few people out there that have been live streaming for a long time. Brett Adair, Michael Phelps, they've been streaming a long time, and I didn't really get into the live streaming part of it probably 20 years after I started chasing. So they've been doing that part of it a lot longer than me.
Are you out there with Ranby?
Yeah, he's the chief meteorologist at KTV. Yeah.
I was at KMTV3.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, that's what I was like. KE, hey.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, this will be our 4th year with them, so we're excited about that.
Is Cheryl Lemke out there right now?
Man, that name sounds very familiar, but I can't pinpoint.
Okay.
There's just so many people we talk to, so unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So Kim asked you a little bit about what got you started with that a little bit, but give me a little history, Nathan, with your involvement, and then Cary, if I can have you jump in, being VP of production, kind of what your role is with the company as well.
Well, as far as SVL, as far as SVL Media goes, Stormview Live it blew up a lot bigger than I ever thought it would. Just people wanting to share their experiences with the public. You got to have an eye for it. Some people just don't like doing that, and I completely respect that. But for us, we like to do that. We like to put it out there for the public. And at the same time, we were seeing that the live streams were getting on national networks, and I wanted to be able to give SVL that opportunity for our people that are putting it out there. So that's why SVL Media was created. And just an opportunity for them to make a little money for their work and to get on TV with their live streams. That's why we started SVL Media.
And you said you're going for what, 5 years? 5 years now?
For SVL Media, this portion of it will be our 3rd year, so we're pretty new.
Okay.
So, Cary, what's your role? Talk a little bit about your role.
All right. So as far as production, basically, we want to be as much of a liaison to the news networks as we possibly can be. We don't want to just, kind of give them any old video. We want to be extensions of the networks, as if they had their own camera people out in the field. So it's basically what I do is I work with the chasers. to try to get, make sure they have the right equipment, make sure everything is, working properly. I handle most of the video editing for, all the videos that we put out there, stuff like that. And I also make a DVD every year for the all of our highlights. So
Nice.
Oh, that sounds cool.
lots of editing.
Yeah, I bet. So how do you guys market yourself? I mean, to like the Weather Channel and some of the other big ones, or they just come to you guys?
It kind of started where everybody was, it started with the Weather Channel coming to us for a video. So that's how we started our relationship with them.
Okay.
And then, we just kind of saw that we could do this for our people. The main goal that we want to do is just to kind of take care of our people, make sure that they're all, if they go out there spending a lot of money on gas and, stuff like that, they get at least some of it back. So we just slowly started developing relationships with the networks. We
Right.
made a bunch of phone calls, sent out emails, kind of explaining what we do. And now we have, some good contacts and
Mm-hmm.
still
Good.
trying to grow. We're always trying to grow.
I have to give them my email address so they can send me some stuff at Weather Channel's like
Yeah,
digital
Gina.
side. But I was looking at your website and there was a lot of names on there. Is everybody a storm chaser? So how many do you have?
Well, there's about 130 people with SVL Media right now.
Really?
Yeah, and we got about, I'd say probably 10 to 15 what we call admins, and they do little things for us that, honestly, I'm a single father of 2 children. I go to school, work, and so there's people out there that just love weather that want to be a part of it. They can't get out there and chase, but they're retired or whatever the case is. They just want to be a part of the weather somehow, some way. So they do little things for us, like post weather history, or they post when our chasers are live to the social media, and they spread the word. So that's kind of what they do. So they're a big help.
Right.
You
It's kind of
guys are-
tough a little bit for us because we all have full-time jobs as well.
Oh
And we're
my
trying to
gosh.
do this too.
And you guys
Yeah.
are reimbursing mileage for all those 130 people? Because Channel 3 still owes me some mileage.
Kind of
Wow.
wrong with that.
So what's the benefit? Tell us a little bit when it comes to storm video brokering. What's the benefit for someone like me if I wanted to go ahead and stream my stuff or try and sell it? What's the benefit for me to go through a broker like you?
Well,
we
I
have-
mean,
All right, Gary.
go ahead, Nathan.
All right. Well, we've worked hard. Me and Cary especially. We fly to Atlanta every year to meet with the Weather Channel, digital and TV side. We go to, I fly out to New York. Cary just happens to live there, so that's a nice convenience. And we meet with everybody. So we have the connections, and a lot of people it's very difficult to get in the doors of those networks to get people to even, they get hundreds and thousands of these emails every single day of all these weather events that are going out. So it's difficult to, if you're by yourself, to get out there and get noticed. So that's kind of what we do. We help those people get noticed in the media networks, whereas they might not be able to.
I see.
What do you think, Cary? What would you say is the benefit if I'm a chaser and I do want to stream? What's the benefit now? Has it gotten harder if I'm trying to sell my own stuff as a solo chaser? Has that gotten harder? That it's almost gotten to a point, and Dina, you could probably chime in a little bit too. Is it better for me to actually go with a broker than to try to do it myself? Cary, what do you think?
To me, people that are out by themselves and they post it out on their social media, it almost seems like a lot of the networks are just trying to get it for free from them. They want to get their name on the air, so they tend to give it, and that's that. So the benefit of working with us is that we could actually get you money.
Yeah.
That's
I
always
don't-
good. Money good.
Yeah, I don't really know many people on their own that are getting money for their videos. Maybe just name credit.
Is it negotiable, or do you have set rates for things, or how's that work?
No, we're negotiable. We're easy to work with. We just want to help our people.
Yeah.
Has that gotten harder over the years to sell it now that people are using their phones, and Joe Bob out his back window just caught that tornado going by and happened to be at the right place at the right time?
No, I mean, if anything, our guys could do that. They're doing that too. So, it is
getting harder.
But are they giving it away more, I guess is my point. Are
it is
there
getting
more
more
people
difficult.
that are doing it
There are more people
and it's
giving
just
it away.
giving it away because they want the credit, not the money? Is that hurting you guys as a broker?
Yeah.
Yeah, with internet everywhere, everybody's got cell phones now that have really good quality. And so, for us, it's hard to gauge a little bit for us compared to like some of the competitors, like Live Storms Media, etc. Whereas they maybe, they've been around a lot longer, so maybe this is getting tougher for them. But we're so new, we're still kind of growing, and so I think we're benefiting a little bit by that for the fact that we didn't see what it was really beforehand. So we're kind of growing as it gets tougher, if that makes sense.
So you got 130 guys, and I guess a lot of them are actually watching right now live. So where are they? Are they all over the place, or are they clusters of them in certain places? Like, name some places.
All over the place. We have the Midwest. We have a lot of guys in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, that region. There's some places we're light, like out west, Northwest, but
they're not real busy out there.
Usually not, but it's nice to have somebody when something does happen,
because I'll be looking for it in the morning too. At on the Weather Channel's digital side, I'm looking for video too.
Right. We have a couple of guys in the Northeast. I think there's 4 of us in the Northeast, five of us, something like that. But mostly in the Midwest. I mean, we're very covered in the Midwest.
That's good.
So, Cary, do you edit it immediately? Like if somebody sends you a video, does it get edited, or you just like maybe sell it raw, or do you actually?
Yeah, I mean, we try to get it out there as fast as possible. I have the turnaround time down to about 12 minutes, maybe.
Nice. Yeah. The quicker, the better. Yeah, because they're trying to get it out as fast as possible.
Right. As long as it's not, it's like a crazy long video to go through. I just basically put it right out there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, everybody, I'm going to pause you for a second. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. Want everybody to get a chance to go ahead and refill your drink. And then also check out the new tracker chat with the tornado trackers. They're going to be discussing weather models. We'll be right back. Okay, sorry I jumped in there.
That's all right.
That's okay.
I did that.
You're the boss.
Let's just do this. Let's just go ahead and come right back. Maz, did you have a question you were about to ask?
Probably. I don't remember what it was, though. I'm sure.
Okay.
I do want to ask Cary about his flying, though.
Okay. I'm gonna let me jump in with one question that related to what we were talking about.
Yeah, because mine didn't really relate to.
And then Dina, you can cover flying a little bit.
Okay.
All right. We're coming back in 3, 2. And we're not coming back. Are you not?
That sounds kind of scary.
I know.
That was supposed to be the crowd applause.
Same as it
There we
ever
go.
was.
We'll try that the same as it ever was. We'll try that again. And apparently we do got a lot of people watching New York City, Iowa online, checking us out. So thanks for watching, everybody. And I will say this. So we just took a quick break. And the tornado trackers, that is a pre-recorded tracker chat. That's pre-recorded. So we'll be editing that in. So if you actually want to watch that or listen to that, you'll have to either check out our podcast. That'll get released this Sunday. Or check out YouTube once we post the broadcast edit. We'll put it on there as well. So, all right, coming back in 3, 2. All right, hey, welcome back, everybody. So we're with our SVL Media guys. We got Nathan and Cary with us. We were talking a little bit about trying to kick out the video right away. So Cary, you said you really don't try to edit a lot of it. You're just trying to give them the raw footage to get it to them as quickly as possible. And this has been one of my questions, especially with chasers that spend a lot of time doing a good job editing the footage. Especially if they do things like time-lapse photography, things of that nature. I'm always curious, what's better? Is it better to take the time to edit it and create something that's really beautiful, even if it's coming out later? Or is it better to just kick something out right away to get it out there and going?
Well, for breaking news or breaking weather news, just get it out there immediately. If you're going to shoot a time-lapse, I would suggest to shoot it in RAW and JPEG, so then you could just kind of throw the JPEGs real quick into a video file and just send it off. But for later, I would say it's better maybe for like stock footage, edit it a little bit better, refine it, and then, save it to sell for stock footage or something like that. Time lapses are typically, like a lot of the guys, they don't do it like with an SLR camera taking photos. So it's more of speeding up the video, which is pretty easy to do. So Sometimes actually I'll just speed it up in the edit. So you can see
Got it.
something cool,
Yeah.
some cool motion in the tornado or something like that.
But I agree. Yeah, the quicker you get it out, the better.
Yeah.
Cary, are you looking for anything particular, from your guys? Are you looking for like, if I'm going to do a time lapse, I want it to be this long with this many frames per second? Is that something works best for you or what?
No, I mean, time lapses tend to not really sell that much anyway, so I would say nothing longer than like 10 seconds.
Okay.
You're going to lose the viewers after more than that anyway.
Right. And are you using any kind of special equipment?
When I go out personally myself?
No, just back in the office, in the bay and everything.
I just use Adobe Premiere Pro.
Okay.
That's basically what I'm using to edit.
Cool.
I think that's what we do too. Yeah, we use a lot of that too.
What do you guys use as well in regards to live streams? So are you selling live streams as well at the same time, saying, "Hey, I got this gal's on a funnel cloud right now out in blah blah blah." So you're selling that as well?
Yeah, Nathan's takes that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of do the live stream side of things, and Cary does the video.
So how does that work? So explain that process a little bit.
Well, I mean, this boils down to we have a Facebook page that we all are on, and they let us know when they're going to go out there, and they're going to tell us when we're live streaming. Example, we got people that are going to be streaming this coming Saturday for a winter storm that's going on by St. Louis, and so I'll get up at 3:30 in the morning, and I let the Weather Channel know. I say, hey, we got these people that are going to be live, and we do that on a daily basis. During the winter, it's a lot of getting up early. Not so much getting up as early during the tornado season.
Right.
But
Nathan wakes up at 3 in the morning a lot of these times.
Yeah. Any day we got somebody streaming, it's 3 in the morning. We let the Weather Channel know and the networks, and we just tell them what they're going to be doing, where they're located, give them their phone number in case they want to do phone interviews. And so they're all, the Weather Channel or BBC or whoever it is prepared. They've got everything in front of them, and if they want to take the shot live, they can go right away and get a hold of the chaser if they want.
Now,
That's
you
very
guys have been doing this for a long time, for a while. What is your most wow? Do you even get wowed anymore? I guess after seeing all this video, all of the streaming, was there something that particularly touched you, or just something you remember as being just absolutely incredible?
The craziest one I can think of is probably Jason Weingart had a video of what part of Texas was it? Eustis, Texas, I believe. And this woman, she basically had a zoo at her house. She had zebra, she had llamas, she had camels and stuff. And, in EF4, it was Canton, Texas. And in EF4, it went right through the house, and there was animals everywhere. And, he got on the scene and there was a baby, like a foal that was trapped. And, he's picking up the fence off it and trying to help it. And eventually he helped it. And I thought that was like one of the most impactful videos I've seen.
Wow. Cool.
The animals in that video were crazy. I mean, they had zebras and
she had like a zoo at her house.
It's crazy.
Wow.
How about you, Nathan? What memorable story?
Well, I mean, that's right up there. That's one of our best. I'm a big guy. I love. We got a guy. His name's Michael Koch, and he does. Was it Weather Going Wild? Weather Going Wild, and he gets out there on the Atlantic and gets these 40-foot, 50-foot waves crashing in, and he's just standing there filming the video. And I just love.
I'll go stand chest deep in it.
Yeah, and these things are just crashing, and the video's just epic, and I just love that stuff. So that's my favorite.
Okay.
See, he lives only about 10 minutes away from me, so whenever I go on a chase, he's basically one of the guys I go with all the time. He's fun to chase with.
Just take one word for you guys: insurance. I'm just
That's right.
Well, so yeah, that's a good point too. Question is, if I wanted to do some streaming with you guys, so let's take someone who says, you know what, this is something I want to do. It's my New Year's resolution. This storm season, I want to stream my footage with SVL Media. What's the process? What do I have to have in order to do that? And how would I go about doing it?
Well, we prefer that you have some sort of a camcorder and a HDMI capture device. That's how you get the best footage. You just, you got your video camera and it goes out the HDMI into your capture device into your computer. You get great resolution. You'll need a Wi-Fi hotspot to get the signal in your vehicle. At that point in time, once you have all the equipment, we would bring you into the SVL Media team, and we put you with one of our folks that is kind of in charge of our Twitch area, because that's where we do our live streaming, is on Twitch. And she has basically everything that we need or you need to be successful on Twitch, and she'll walk you right through it step by step to make sure that your stream is ready for national TV.
Do I have to stream with you guys, or can I just
No,
send
you don't have to stream.
by video?
Yeah, I'd say 50 of the 130 stream.
Yep.
All right.
So fast forward like 10 years, where do you see you guys yourselves?
Well,
worldwide.
Why was that?
I'll
What'd
do
you
my
say,
part.
Cary?
Worldwide.
Worldwide, awesome.
More worldwide. Yep.
Why not?
Yeah,
More
we definitely
more Johnny Walker bottles behind you too, I could tell.
we definitely want to improve our international presence. That's an area that we're still learning.
Oh gosh, a lot going on over there. That's awesome.
Dina, you I think you had talked about having some questions. So Dina's a pilot as well. Has got her pilot's license.
Awesome.
I know she
Yeah.
wanted to chat with you a little bit about
I
that,
know when
Cary.
I read your bio, I was like, oh my God, somebody who's into weather and a private pilot too. I'm like, yes.
Awesome.
It's like I flew before I really got into weather.
Okay.
How
How many hours do you have?
Oh, a few hundred. But I mean, I haven't flown in quite a while, so I don't want to act like I just flew yesterday.
Right.
But it was one of those things, like I had got my private pilot's license, and I worked for an airline in in flight ops and things like that. I didn't fly anything big, but then I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go broke. It's so expensive. And then I got into weather. Yeah, I got into weather, and I'm like, well, God, I could make I could get a job and not have to keep paying for flight hours. But I loved it when I saw that. But then when I saw you were flying before you even drove, like, it's funny. I flew when I was like in college, but to fly before I was driving, and now I'm a mom, I'm like,
right.
who lets you fly before you could drive?
And I soloed by myself when I was 16. I mean,
oh, wow.
It was really cool. Actually, I was in this high school program where for half the day I went to an alternative school, and it was called Aviation Operations.
Okay.
And, so we played a lot of flight simulator, and our teacher basically taught us meteorology. And on Mondays and Fridays, they would bus us over to the airport. And one student would get to fly, and two students would get to ride in the back. And over 2 years, I got about 60 hours there.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I went to Embry-Riddle. And I
you did? Nice.
Yep.
That's the cream of the crop.
Yep.
Yes.
But then again, I haven't used it at all. So
I know.
Intermittently, that's it. I really want to get back into it, but it's so expensive. I work, so much now.
It's expensive. You have to stay current. You have to keep up on your medical. I mean, and then you have to do so many landings and takeoffs in 30 days. And
That's one hell of a hobby.
And I definitely was not rich. I worked and went to school at the same time. So it was like,
one day I'd like to try to maybe you can do like a quarter share of a plane with somebody, so that maybe, like 1 week out of the month, it's your plane.
That's nice.
So that helps to alleviate a quarter of, 3/4 of the cost of owning.
Because what kind of you look like? Cessna, Piper?
Yeah, Piper Warriors, the low wings.
Yeah, I got my license on a Piper Tomahawk.
Okay.
The Traumahawk.
Yeah, you got it in Aerospatiale Tampico.
Oh, nice.
Similar.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Cary, when you were 16, did you buzz your girlfriend's house?
Actually,
Coming over.
I did buzz my high school one day.
What? Oh no! Was anybody drinking coffee?
I didn't get quite that low, but
Okay.
Like, sorry, Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Yeah, it might have been a little lower than I was supposed to.
Hey, welcome to the most entertaining flight podcast.
Hey, I had to ask.
This is good.
I feel a connection.
Hey, anybody got any other questions?
Phil, I thought you hit a button. I'm like, did we just start over? What the heck?
Well, I do want to say this, Nathan and/or Cary. Actually, let's cover both you guys. So, Nathan, if you can kind of cover how people can find SVL Media and find you guys, and then even personally, if you got a social media account or something, if they want to reach out to you, and then Cary, you can follow?
Yeah, I would say the best way, if you're interested in coming out with SVL Media, is to hit the SVL Media Facebook page. Send us a message. You can also email us at mediadesk@svlmediallc.com. Paul Goddard is one of our other owners, and he does all of our recruiting and bringing people in. So he was the one that will get in touch with you, and he'll find out if you're a good fit for us. As far as me, Twitch, Stormview Live on Twitch is a big thing for me, and then just my regular Facebook page, Nathan Moore. So.
Okay, good. Cary, what about you?
I'm a LI weather guy on basically everything. I do mainly Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
What's the LI stand for?
Long Island.
Long Island.
It's Long Island.
Long Island. It's long, like you mow somebody's lawn.
Yeah, where's your accent, Cary? Where's your accent?
I'm curving it a little,
Are you?
He's been talking to me too much.
That's good. Well, hey, it is time for our lightning round. So this is our game show of flashy questions with our guests. We always invite everybody to play along if you're listening or watching as well. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play a little version of Hollywood Squares. Little Hollywood Squares tonight. So if you're familiar with Hollywood Squares, it's tic-tac-toe. So we're going to play tic-tac-toe, and to get the circle or the X in the square, you have to answer questions correctly. And I'm going to ask our celebrities, and our celebrities are our freaks. I'm going to ask them a question. They're going to give you an answer, and you just have to agree or disagree with their answer. That's all you have to do. If you're correct, we give you that square. If you're incorrect, it doesn't get taken. We go to the next person. Does that make sense?
Sounds good.
Hey.
You guys have any questions on that? Okay, so I think we basically got this down. So I'm doing this old school. So if you happen to be watching on video, I'm going to keep track of our little tic-tac-toe board on a sheet of paper.
We're so high tech.
But we're basically, we'll just call things for our audio listeners. We'll say center square, left center, right center, upper left, lower right.
Bingo.
We'll do that, and I'll try and keep track of it that way. Does that work?
Cool.
All right, so we flipped a coin before we started the show that Cary and Nathan didn't remember, but Cary won the flip, and he gets to go first. So, Cary, go ahead and pick a square on the tic-tac-toe board. What do you want?
I got to go right in the center.
All right, so we're going to start with the center square, and that is Maz. Maz, you are our center square. So, Maz, here's the question.
Yeah.
Before a cow will give you any milk, she has to have something very important. And what is that?
A ring.
That's good.
If you like it, you got to put a ring on it.
Put a ring on it.
That's awesome.
No. Full udders.
Has to have full udders. Okay. Cary, would you agree or disagree?
Full udders?
Oh my God.
Okay, agree.
You're going to agree? And that's
not
that's
a farmer.
Actually, in order to have full udders, you actually have to have and deliver a calf. So you actually have to have that before.
Okay.
So we leave the center,
So
the
it's
center
partially
square.
Partial
Yeah,
credit?
sort of. Yeah, but we're not going to give it to you. So that's open. So Nathan, we go to you. The board is clear. What do you want?
We'll try the center.
All right, center square. Dina, you are now our center square.
Okay.
The question is there any such thing as an F cup in bra sizes?
I would say it's fabulous. Yes. Fabulous size.
So Dina says yes. Nathan, agree or disagree?
I disagree.
You disagree? That's incorrect. There is F size. It's also a triple D. Triple D or F.
That's what it's
Oh.
fabulous.
We're killing it over here.
You know,
Goes either way. Yeah, this could be a long game of tic-tac-toe.
Phil, before the candy bar used to be known as the fun size.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
fire.
So we are.
Now it's the
hey, I'm
freak
sorry.
size.
I forgot to tell the studio audience to laugh at that. All right.
Thank you.
So we are, Cary, we're back to you. Board's clear. What do you want?
We're staying there. Center.
And center, Kim, you're a
Okay.
center square. Here's
All
the
right.
question. So you've been having trouble going to sleep. Are you probably a man or a woman? You're having
Oh,
trouble going to
boy.
sleep. Are you probably a man or a woman?
Are we allowed to ask that question?
I don't know.
I think it's
I
pretty
want to let
common.
everybody
Is it
know
okay?
that these are actually questions that were asked on Hollywood Square.
Oh,
So I didn't come
okay.
up with
All
these.
right.
These
I
aren't.
feel like
Okay.
this is a trick question.
I would say it's a woman. And you know why? Because I think the husband's snoring.
Ah,
So
Okay.
I think the woman
Yeah.
has a harder time falling asleep.
Mm.
That's
All right.
my answer.
So
I'm sticking
woman
with
is the answer. Carrie, agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree. That is correct. Center
Yay.
square goes to the X.
all right.
So very good. All right. So we've got X in the middle right now. Nathan, you are up. Where would you like on the board?
Lower right.
We're gonna go lower right. Maz, lower right.
All right.
Here's the question. According to the World Book, is it okay to freeze your persimmons?
Yes, and that's why they created long underwear.
Very good. Okay.
That's a flower, and that is a no.
So that is a no. You should not freeze your
Wow.
persimmons. Do you agree or disagree, Nathan?
We gotta say disagree.
You gonna say disagree? That is correct.
Yay.
You can freeze your persimmons.
Don't trust Maz.
So lower right gets the circle. All right. So now we're back. We are back to you, Carrie. What are you looking for on the board?
Lower center.
We're gonna go lower center, right down the
Ooh.
middle. All right, Dina, this is
Okay.
you. Can elephants get drunk?
Yes,
Can
through their
elephants get
trunk.
drunk? Through their trunks. Okay.
They have
Drunk on the
ultimate
trunk. I
draw.
like that.
Junk on the trunk.
Drunk through the trunk.
It sounds dirty, doesn't it?
Is that your answer? Yes.
Yes.
They can. Okay. So what would you say? So who are we on? Nathan?
Me. I think.
Carrie. Carrie,
Yeah.
do you agree or disagree with yes, elephants can get drunk?
Yes, agree.
This is incorrect.
Aw.
Elephants cannot get drunk. They would have to.
What if they drink like 1,000
What
gallons?
if they drink like a pool size?
Yeah, they would never drink that much.
Cup
That's the
size.
point.
How do you know?
Hey, look it up. Look it up. All right, so we got nothing. We got nothing in that bottom one. So we're back to you, Nathan.
See?
Where would you like on the board?
Upper center.
Upper center. Well, that's a
Oh.
strange spot. So Kim,
Yeah.
upper center.
You guys
Here we
have never
go.
played tic-tac-toe before, have you?
Yeah, I know. These guys are like,
Years.
what is this game? I've never seen this before. All right, Kim,
Okay.
which of
All
your
right. 5
senses, not that you would know this, but which of your 5 senses tends to diminish as you get older?
I'm going to have to say, oh my gosh, I think almost all of them do. Not that I would know any of this, but I have to go with your eyesight,
Your
right?
eyesight diminishes as you get older.
I think it's good, right? That your eyesight goes as you get
I am
older.
wearing my glasses
So
tonight.
you don't
We
see
talked
them
about
wrinkle
that,
up.
right?
You
That's
don't see everybody
exactly
wrinkling
what
up
I mean.
around you.
There's a lot of
It
things you
still
don't
looks
wanna
so
see.
good, honey.
All right, Nathan, of the 5 senses, that tends to diminish, she said eyesight. Eyesight. Agree or disagree?
That's what I would say would be my second guess, but I think hearing would be the first, so I'm going to disagree.
Ah, that's true.
That is correct. It's actually all of them. A little bit of a trick question, but
Oh,
I did say
all of
all
your
of them
senses
first,
diminish
remember?
as you get older.
I did. That was the first thing I said.
You know,
All right.
yeah, my wife said it's my sense of humor gets worse.
That's good. Oh, nice.
Yes.
All right,
Nice.
all right, Carrie. Here's what the board looks like. We got circle top center, X in the center, and circle in the lower right. What do you want?
Upper right.
We're gonna go upper right.
Okay.
Okay, so this is for really nothing. We're still not blocking anything yet. You guys, you have played tic-tac-toe before, right?
I know. Are we going to run out of questions?
We are.
More
We're-
time.
There's
we're
actually
gonna,
a
you know,
certain pattern you should follow.
We're
that
actually
you'll
going
win
to
every
start
time.
playing. If you get it wrong, you lose it, and it's going to go to the next person. In fact, I think that's we're going to start doing this now. Nah, I'll give this. We'll do it on the next
Okay.
question. All right. So this, you're going to get it or not get it. So who are we up? Maz, we're up to you again. You had the persimmons question. You also has, what is a good reason for pounding meat? What is a good reason for pounding meat? Why would you want
Seriously?
to pound?
Keep it clean.
It's a real question. I'm just
Keep
saying.
it clean.
These aren't mine.
What's the topic again?
It's to tenderize.
To tenderize the meat, okay? To tenderize. So, Carrie, it's up to you, right?
Agree.
You agree?
Agree.
That would be correct. It's to
All
tenderize or
right.
thin your meat for cooking.
Okay.
All right,
Do you
so
put any kind of
X-
oil on it first or anything?
Oh, God. See, Maz, I told you about it.
Yeah.
I told you. If the girls would have been on those two shows, it would have been worse than it was. All right, here's what the board looks like, Nathan.
I gotta block him.
You got to block them, so we're going to go lower left for the block. Dina, the
Okay.
question's you. Do female frogs croak? Yes?
Only when they die. But
Only
now,
when they die.
I'll give you it. I will say female ones don't, just because we let the boys make all those gross noises.
Ooh.
That's true when it comes to the human. I would agree, yeah.
Yeah, but male, female.
All right, so
I'll say no.
So for the this is for the block. Nathan, agree or disagree?
I mean, wouldn't that be the female mating call? Disagree.
You disagree that she said no, which that's like a double negative. I had to think about that, but yes, that is correct. So you get the block.
I was confused.
I was too. I was
Where
like,
we
okay,
are.
no, and it's disagree to a no. Does that mean yes? Does
I
that?
should have
Yeah.
stopped drinking.
I gotta have another beer.
Stop.
All right, so we are now playing. You get the square, or you give up. You give up the square. Here's what it looks like, Cary.
Gotta go.
Circle in the top center and the two lower left and rights, and we got
Lower
X's in
center.
the- you're gonna go lower center
For the block.
for the. This would be for block. You're right.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
it was a circle. Okay.
No, he's
So
the X.
square.
All right, so this is for a block,
X.
or this is for actually. Here's I think how they play it. It's for the block, but you can't lose it for the win. So okay.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. So who are we on? Kim.
Yes.
In bowling, what is a perfect score in bowling?
I'm gonna have to
What
say
is a perfect score?
200.
200.
Mhm.
All right. Cary, agree or disagree?
Disagree. It's 300.
Oh,
That's
he's sure.
correct.
Yeah, he was sure about it.
300. 300 for
Former
the block.
bowler.
Oh, that's right, because I bowled a 211 once.
All right.
Oh well.
I've scored a
bonus.
couple times in bowling. I'll just say that. I've
When
got
the waitress
a couple.
brings the drink.
Exactly. Score. All right, here's what the board looks like. We got three more spots still open, heading towards a tie.
Left center.
Nathan's going for left center, and we are up to Maz. You ready?
We'll
So
see.
when you pat a dog, he will wag his tail. But what will happen when you pat a goose?
You get wide-eyed and an oh.
Jeez.
The crowd didn't laugh for that one. Sorry.
You get a honk. You get a honk from the goose.
You
Or
get
you get a golden egg.
you get a honk. All
Yeah,
right.
you probably get a bite.
Do we agree or disagree?
Disagree.
You disagree. That is correct. You take a drink. It's a Patron tequila and it's a Grey Goose vodka chaser.
Oh man.
What?
All right.
I totally lost you.
You didn't
All
catch
right.
that? It's called patting a goose. You have a shot of Patron and then you chase it with a Grey Goose vodka.
Oh,
No.
wow.
It's called
Okay.
pat a goose.
Trick,
Come on,
trick.
get with it,
All right.
guys. All right, here's what the board looks like. We only got a couple spots. What are
I
you
gotta go
taking?
for the block in the upper left.
Block in the upper left. Can anybody win? Yeah, you can. You can
Yeah,
still win.
one.
You can't. I'll tell you this. This is real exciting, Cary. You can't win.
I can only save myself from losing.
All right. Okay, so Dina, this is you. We got
Okay.
to finish this. This is
All
very
right.
good. All right. If you were pregnant for 2 years, what would you give birth to?
Holy shit.
Oh,
2 years of
And
pregnancy.
I'll say it's got to be like something big, like a whale or elephant. So I'll go with elephant.
Elephant. Agree or disagree?
Agree. It's an elephant.
It is an elephant.
Dina!
So, that being said, we are going to end in a complete tie. So, gentlemen, you know enough of tic-tac-toe to know how to tie, which is good. That makes me wonder now, how do they win in Hollywood Squares at this point? I don't get that game anymore. I don't know. That's weird.
that was fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. Well, anyway, thanks for playing along, guys. You were great. Hey, we're going to go ahead, everybody. We're going to take our final break. We've got our new Tornado Talk segment with the story of the 1979 Red River Valley tornado outbreak, and we'll be right back with some weather fools. Awesome. Great job, guys.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I gotta tell.
Great center square.
I got to tell you, on one of the Timothy Veltman on watching us when you had the pregnant for 2 years, he said toddler.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not coming out the easy way. I can tell you
That's
that.
good.
Oh my God. 2 years.
All right. Hey, I'm going to, if I can have Nathan and Cary, if I can have you guys do a quick soundbite for us. Cary, if you can start by saying, hey, this is Cary Meltzer. And then Nathan, you can come in and say, hey, this is Nathan Moore of SVL Media, and you're listening to the Stormfront Freaks podcast. Can you do that?
This is Cary Meltzer.
This is Nathan Moore, and you're listening to the
Stormfront Freaks podcast.
Beautiful. Yeah, here's something
Watching.
We're supposed to do that together.
We figured this out a long time ago. Especially we tried doing this with the Tornado Trackers, who are the guys that are now giving us the Tracker Chat segment. It doesn't work when you try and sync it. So, Cary, all you got to just say is, hey, I'll give you the easy part. You just say, hey, this is Cary Meltzer.
Yeah.
And then, Nathan, you can say, and this is Nathan Moore of SVL Media, and you're listening to the Stormfront Freaks podcast.
Ready?
Go anytime.
This is Cary Meltzer.
And this is Nathan Moore with SVL Media, and you're listening to the Stormfront Freaks podcast.
Okay.
Take 3.
Yeah, why don't we try one more? What the hell?
More.
We got
One more.
time.
Oh, my gosh.
Ready? This is Cary Meltzer.
And this is Nathan Moore with SVL Media, and you're listening to the Stormfront Freaks podcast.
Bingo. Good.
Ding ding.
Nice.
You know what?
Nice.
What I was gonna do is, if it didn't work that time, Nathan, you were gonna give up your trailer part, and I'll have you.
I
start
just
with
wanted
it.
to. You know what? There's a reason why I laugh so hard, because this is a true story. Me and Cary were at the Weather Channel, and we were doing a live segment for Weather Underground,
Yeah.
and they were asking questions, and Cary's turn came up, and they asked him a question, and his response was cut.
I had just a complete brain fart.
That's why I was laughing. I couldn't help it.
And that was live.
No.
Okay,
No,
it was
thankfully,
recorded.
it was
It was
taped.
recorded. Okay.
Oh, good.
All right. That's funny.
It was supposed to be live, but we had to be on the plane at the time
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
live,
that's
so
correct.
they taped.
All right. Okay. Well, let's do this. So here's what we're gonna do. Coming back out of the break, Dina, you can introduce Weather Fools.
Okay.
So I'll count you in and do a little clap track for you. Clap track. That's probably not what you call it.
Wow. No, don't go there.
Wow.
No.
I don't
Wow.
want Dina to get clapped.
Neither does Tina.
That's not bad. So all right, so I'll do that. You come in, introduce what Weather Fools is, and then you guys are sticking around, right, Nathan and Cary?
Yes, but I don't have one.
No, that's fine.
That's okay. Who has one, by the way?
Maz
do.
never brings one either, so you and Maz, you guys.
All right, we'll hang out.
I have one.
I
Okay,
lost it.
Kim?
hmm
So Dina's
Yeah.
got one, Kim's got one, and Phil has one.
Okay.
I gotta quick pull mine up here. Hold on. So there's 3. Is that right? There's 3 people with Weather Fools.
Okay.
All right, and then we've got, and don't forget to then, once we're done, say those will be posted on our episode 70 show notes, and people can go find that at stormfrontfreaks.com. And then Maz, you're bringing in Weather's Believe It or Not.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot it was that segment. I like that one. Okay.
Weather's
Not
Believe
that
It or
I
Not.
don't like the others. I'm not saying that.
Okay, and then you'll introduce that. Okay.
Who's got one of those?
I do.
I do.
Kim, Dina,
Kim, Dina, and Phil.
Phil. Awesome. We'll do it in that order.
We'll see who's playing tonight. We'll see who's coming to play tonight. Okay.
Is that a Christy Minstrel's album behind you, Phil?
That is. You
Oh
better
my
believe
gosh.
it. You
I
better
have their
believe it.
Christmas one. It was the is it Mitch Miller and the Chris? Let's see. Something the Christy Minstrels. Yeah.
Sleigh bells ringing and jing jing jingling too.
Wow.
It's lovely. I'll do my Carlton.
Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have asked.
That was your fault. You should
You
know
had that
better
pretty
by
down.
now. This is season 4.0 for crying out loud.
Nice.
All right, so Weather's Believe It or Not, and then Maz, again, you can finish episode 70, show notes, all that good stuff. And
Yep.
then I'll take it from there. We're not going to do listener questions or comments tonight because MJ's under the weather. So we'll just do those next time, and
Aw.
I'll close us out.
Okay.
Anybody got questions?
MJ.
Nope.
Poor
Sorry.
MJ. All right, so let's do. He just chimes in. Sorry. All right, here we go, Dean. I'm going to count you in. You ready?
Yep, ready.
All right, in 3, 2.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the part of the show where we have a lot of fun making fun of people when they do stupid things in weather. We call it our Weather Fools part of the show. And we have a couple people with Weather Fools that we want to show you. I think, Kim, you've got one, right?
I do. All right, let's hopefully I can share this.
You've been
Since it
off
is a
for a
new
while,
year,
Kim.
I know, I'm worried.
No skeletons.
Okay. All right, so hit share first, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then go to.
It's working.
There
All
you
right,
go.
we're there.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just on YouTube. I just typed in "Slipping on Ice 2019," and I had to go at about 2.5 minutes into this one. And the whole, you guys, if you have to watch the whole compilation.
Oh, that's great.
And it is. You've seen this already, you guys?
Right?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this one, I want to show you this one. Okay. And then okay. So what's happening is this guy and this girl, they're in a car and there's ice on a sidewalk and there's snow everywhere. And they're parked at a bend in the sidewalk where all these students are walking and they're videotaping these kids falling. Like they keep saying, okay, here comes another group of kids. Let's watch them fall. And then these kids wipe out.
Oh, that was a
They're
big
not-
kid, too.
They're not warning.
Oh, hi, Mom. Oh.
They're not
Down he
warning
goes.
these kids. They're just sitting there videotaping all these kids falling. And I just thought it was terrible.
That's like ice chasing
Okay.
right
It
there.
is.
SVL Media ought to be on that.
So to
Get
me,
on
that is, I thought the Weather Fools were the ones in the car. I just thought, that's terrible that they actually, were videotaping these kids
I wonder
falling.
if they got permission slips from all the kids to show their video.
That's a good
Yeah.
question. I don't know, but
And not only were they videoing them, they were laughing their butts off as they were
That's-
videoing them.
Yeah.
Exactly
and the kids
right.
weren't even on the phones. I don't see
No.
one phone in their hand.
No, none of them were. They were innocent kids walking, and these people in this car were just laughing at them, thought it was the funniest thing instead of letting these kids know they were about to hurt themselves. But anyway, then I felt bad because I'm laughing at this whole thing. So I don't know. But that's my fool right there.
All right, you can
Okay.
you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
All right, Bill, you have a Weather Fool too, right?
I do have a Weather Fool, and this is the second time I've had a Weather Fool like this, and it's a little somber, and so I a little bit apologize up front for doing this, but this is another situation where sometimes being a Weather Fool can be extremely dangerous. And can cost people's lives. And this, so I'm going to share with you guys, was from South Carolina. There were some sheriff deputies that were charged with manslaughter after Hurricane Florence because they were transporting some mentally ill patients to another hospital in a county sheriff's van. And they ignored several opportunities to turn away from flooded waters, actually drove through miles
Aw.
worth of roads and flooded waters. And unfortunately, what happened is they got too far into the flooded area. It stalled the vehicle. The vehicle got pushed off the road. They were able to get out, but unfortunately, the patients were in the back of a van in a cage that was locked.
No.
Oh,
could
that's
not
a
get 'em
tough
out.
way to go,
And
man.
they drowned. And
How horrible. Oh.
so an example, folks, of, we like to have a lot of fun with this, but there's also a reason why we say this is foolish, because it really can cost lives, and it really is dangerous, especially when you're putting other people at risk from this. So
Yeah.
I apologize for being a little somber on that, but when I heard this story, I'm just like, this is the pinnacle of being stupid in a weather situation,
Yeah.
and putting other people's lives. So,
Yeah.
if you want to take your own life and you're in the car and you do that, that's fine, but don't do it with someone else in the vehicle.
But think about it. If it could happen to deputies, I mean, it could happen to anybody.
True.
I mean, it was bad
yeah.
decisions. It was a bad and poor decision, but a lot of people think I'm going to be fine, and it just doesn't.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one too, and this one's funnier.
All right, good.
All right.
We need to be a little lighter.
Let me end it on a funny note. All right, so this is either weather cool or weather fool. And if you guys have been paying attention to what's going on in Europe right now, they've been getting hit with tons of snow and blizzards and stuff. And the video coming out of there is incredible. So this is from severe-weather.eu on Twitter. And this was winter fun, where a car is driving across the road and people are skiing behind it. So I don't know if it's weather fool or weather cool, but I'm just going to play this because I think it's so cute. Let's see if it plays. But you can see it go by, and they're just skiing behind it. And I think it's funny, but
like water skiing.
Yeah, but the weather fool part of it is me being a mom. Like, you stupid. This is you're gonna go down. You're gonna go down.
It's all fun until they take that turn too tight.
There he goes. There he goes.
Lamp there or something, right?
Oh my God, it's funny because you could tell nobody's even on the road.
Yeah.
That just this one guy. So, I mean,
probably shouldn't have tied themselves to the bumper too.
No, because then they're going to get dragged. It's kind of like almost like the Marty McFly hanging off the back in the snow.
We're giving Nathan and Cary too many ideas, I think.
How can we stage this?
I know.
Dollar signs in their eyes.
If you guys want to watch any of these, go to episode 70 show notes. They're fun to watch.
Awesome. All right. So let's go to stormfrontfreaks.com, anything episode 70, or look on your phone. A lot of times, guys, if you're listening to the podcast on your phone, you can pull up the show notes right there on your podcast app. We'll have those links on there. So, Maz.
All right. Time now for weather, believe it or not. And actually, we've had some really good ones in the past, so I'm excited about this. Let's see. Kim, you've got one for today, don't you?
I do. All right, here we go again.
Have?
Okay. So we don't share on this one, do we?
You can if you want.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I would probably say, Kim, probably you don't need to share. That's just my vote, right? That's just one vote.
The question is, can I do it? Is the real question. All right. So this was kind of cool that I actually found an article and and this to me was like, believe it or not, right? Do you believe this? That it took till 1950 that weathermen, back then it was weathermen, they were not allowed, they were forbidden to say the word tornado in their forecasts.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
In Russia?
No, this is here in the United States, and there's a story here, and it's you can find it. I'm sure we'll give you let's see, atlasobscura.com. And it says, until 1950, U.S. weathermen were forbidden from talking about tornadoes. And it goes in and talks about how back then, because they were so bad at forecasting, their bosses and stuff didn't want them talking about it to panic people. So they were forbidden to say it because their forecasting was so bad anyway that they were probably wrong most of the time. So they weren't allowed to say it. And it wasn't until 1950 that they were actually able to say it on the air or, whatever at the time. And they actually quote, Roger, see where to go here.
Wow.
Let's call him Roger. That's fine.
Yeah. Who cares?
Roger is. About how that all happened and how, they were actually back then just so afraid. They were so frightened by these things that they weren't even allowed to say the word until the 1950s. So it was kind of an interesting article. Hard to believe that even took place. But
I want to know what year will it be when we never hear the phrase, "Oh, you guys can be wrong 100% of the time and still get paid."
I know it. All I know is Roger Edwards. He wrote some stuff in this article. So very interesting. Anybody like history? Kind of cool. But
okay. Cool.
Okay.
And now we've got Justin Timberlake showing Janet Jackson's boob, but we couldn't say tornado.
Yeah,
that's right. I know.
Now we've come a long ways, haven't we?
We sure have. All right. Who said we had free speech back then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay, right?
No.
Fair. Okay. All right. I'm back.
Maz.
Okay.
You're still
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
this is still your segment.
Save us, Tina.
All right. So mine is about ball lightning. Do you believe in ball lightning? I found a cool video, and we'll put it on our show notes. But it's kind of cool because years ago, they weren't sure if it was really real or not. And I remember learning about it in college, but this video is really cool. It's an unexplained atmospheric electrical phenomenon. They say it's actually in the shape of a ball, hence ball lightning. But you can see it. It almost looks like, like the size of a tennis ball or a golf ball. Some say it's up to different sizes. Like one thing says 8 feet.
Oh, yeah.
But it's really cool to watch this video. And in one way you kind of think, is it actually lightning or is it just aliens, like alien drones? But I remember like even going back at school and learning about it. And they said, it could even travel through your home.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Go
So
through glass. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it comes through your home. So,
you know what that video looked like, Cary? It looked like Brooklyn and the transformer that blew from Edison Power.
That was so cool.
Big glowing blue light. Did you?
I'm sure you were able to see it, weren't you, Cary?
Just a hint of it out the window.
Okay.
I've personally never seen it. I think that's so cool.
That is cool.
Is that
That's really cool.
St. Elmo's fire? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Cool.
I could definitely say, living in Chicago, I saw ball lightning multiple times.
You did?
Yes.
Really?
How big was it? Like,
It looked like the sun flashing real bright. That's what it looked like.
How
Really?
big was your ball? Really?
like how big was the ball? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, literally like the size of the sun. If you're looking at the sun in the distance, is just like a
Oh, that
bright
big.
flap. Yeah,
Is,
yeah.
is this before or after Leinenkugel?
How many shandies have you had there?
How many? Yeah.
All right, Phil, you got one of these too?
All right, yeah, I'm going to take us back to 1911, ladies and gentlemen. There was an amazing cold front swept across the central portion of the United States. This was in November 9th through the 12th, 1911. Now listen to this. A lot of the SVL Media folks, this is the area that this happened in. Violent tornadoes, they broke out in Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin. Kim, what the hell are you laughing about?
My husband.
Okay.
He's making faces at
He's
me.
showing you his ball lightning? Is that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yvonne F., you're showing me your ball lightning.
Yeah. Tell him you're on video, just so he knows.
Nobody was
right.
sticking his tongue out.
Wait. People from the UK and Germany they may not understand this.
That's true. So anyway, so guys, this violent lightning this you got me flustered.
So Phil, you've got something tonight,
Thank
Phil.
you.
Don't you?
Yes, so I do have something to share with you. I'm going to take us back to 1911.
Deja vu.
And this unbelievable cold front swept across the central portion of the U.S. This was in November, 9th through the 12th of November, so not all far from that right now in the time of the year. But listen to this. This is in November. We had violent tornadoes breaking out in Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin.
No.
In November,
Wow.
believe it or not. And an F4 twister decimated Janesville, Wisconsin. It actually killed 9 people, injured 50. But listen to this. The tornado struck about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on November 11th. By midnight, blizzard conditions were raging, and the temperature had fallen from 70 degrees to 7 degrees.
Wow.
This
I
is
believe
in
it.
one afternoon from 2 p.m. to midnight. So these guys are having to clean up after an F4 tornado in blizzard conditions.
Yeah.
Wow, it went from 70 to 7?
70
Wow.
to 7.
It's like it saw a trooper.
Yeah, 2 p.m. to midnight.
It's like it saw a state trooper.
Wait a minute, Tina, you just tweeted that today.
I know, that's where I got it.
Oh my
That's what
gosh!
she's reusing her stuff. That's okay.
Practicing.
Every time you use it.
Material.
Yeah.
I was like, I heard that somewhere.
So anyway, look that up. That might be on tornadotalk.com. Who knows? But 1911, Janesville, Wisconsin tornado.
How do they know it was an F4 in 1911?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Well,
Look it up. Probably from the damage pictures and stuff like that. They maybe are looking at that. and determining
How old was
F4
Fujita?
wins.
How old was Fujita?
I don't know how old he was. I don't know. Look it up. It's National Weather Service has even talked about the F level of that tornado. So.
like an F cup.
You know what?
We're
Hey,
not
maybe
doubting you,
Fujita
Phil.
went back and studied that particular tornado and said, "Hey, I studied it and looked at all the pictures and da da."
And they did. That's what they did. If you look at the
And
Grizzly
like you
book.
said,
there.
What he said was, "What effing level
FU,
is that?"
It was an F4, exactly. FU, man. All right, that's my weather's Believe It or Not.
And EF is extra FU. Okay.
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 Okay, with that note, hey, you can check out all the weather, believe it or not, and weather resources at stormfrontfreaks.com, episode 70, show notes.
You got
Bill.
that right, man. All right,
Woo!
so MJ's a little under the weather, so we're going to save our listener questions and responses for next episode. And so I think that just about does it for this episode of Stormfront Freaks podcast. Want to thank everybody for listening and watching. Before I reveal who our next guests are going to be, if you enjoy our show, do us a favor, leave us a great review on your podcast app, but also don't forget to subscribe to the show. You just have to hit your podcast app subscribe button, and it works just like a free magazine or newspaper subscription because it is free. It assures you get the latest show delivered right to your podcast inbox, so you can listen to it the minute that we release it. So want to give a special thanks out to our guests tonight, Nathan Moore and Cary Meltzer. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Very honored, honestly. Thank
Awesome.
you.
It was
Thank you,
it
everybody.
was great having you on. And our next episode in 2 weeks, we're going to be recording on January 24th with Mark Remillard and Bobby Nichols of the Outbreak Storm Chasing video game. So this is a storm chasing video game that they're working on putting out. If you'd like to watch the recording live at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, go ahead and check out our YouTube channel. Just go ahead and search Stormfront Freaks, and you'll find us there. So unless anybody's got anything else for Sicko, MJ, for Maz, Dina, Kim, Nathan, and Cary, I'm going to go ahead and signal the all clear. Happy New Year. We'll catch you guys next time.
Awesome.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
All right. Night, you guys.
Awesome.
See you guys.
All right, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Outstanding job. Thanks for having
Great
us.
job.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks,
it was nice
guys.
meeting you both.
Yeah, nice meeting everybody.
Hey, Nathan, what is
Yeah.
that blanket behind you? What is that? Is that Star Wars?
It's The Walking Dead.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
It's upside
Part of
down.
that
I was
looked
like,
Star Wars.
Mhm.
I didn't even know. I didn't even realize it was back there. So no.
Hey, you did have like some flashing disco lights going on early in the show.
yeah,
What
I
was
think
that?
it was your TV.
Yeah, it's the TV, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you
We
watching
thought you
something?
had some full effect going on.
Well,
in
I
there.
just had
Walking
the,
Dead.
I just had the TV rolling. Didn't think anything of it. So
Yeah, it was like,
Sorry about that.
damn, get some Bee Gees playing. We'll,
I read the disco lights and I'm going, okay, what can this be? I got to figure this out.
it was like flashing red and yellow and blue and
Oh
it was
man.
all kinds of stuff. All right.
Nice.
Anyway, good times, guys. Thanks for coming on. What I'll do, so just to give you a heads up, we typically edit the audio, and the audio gets posted like on Sunday, sometime on Sunday. So the podcast will be up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever, and the website. And then the video should be edited and then played on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV next Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV is a streaming service on Roku or Apple TV or their website as well. And then we'll probably have it up on YouTube sometime later next week. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
But I'll follow up with you with those links too once we get them all. I'll just make sure I send them to you so you got them. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys.
All
Have a good
right.
night. Good luck
All
on
right,
the
good
season.
night.
Okay.
Night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Good night.
Sleep well,
Congrats
Dina.
on season
All right.
4.
Yeah. Thanks,
thanks,
guys.
guys.
Keep it going.
All right. See you, Kim.
All right. See you guys.
Good night.
Bye.
See you
Dina.
too.